I'm trying to move on from being shot the best I can. I still wake up in the middle of the night crying. People, especially people that I used to be cool with, they know how bad social media affect me. Everybody in my life knew how bad social media would make me cry.
Okay, this stuff is hitting the fan. Tory Lanez driver testimony affidavit has been leaked, and it seems to indicate what we've all been thinking. So much so, Megan the Stallion got on Instagram and pled her case. We've talked about this several times on this channel. And unfortunately, there's a man that's been sent to jail who, by any sane person's logic, has enough doubt on him that he shouldn't be sitting in prison right now. Megan, thou dost protest too much. So the affidavit has been released. Shout out to Milagro on Mob Radio. She's been covering this from the beginning, of course, so much so she's getting a lot of heat from Megan the Stallion personally. But it says here, Tory Lanez driver, Jaquan Smith, depose and state as follows. My name is Jaquan Smith. My address, I am over the age of 18 and fully competent to testify. I have firsthand knowledge of the facts in question that took place on July 12, 2020. That is the basis of the above cited proceedings. I was the driver and bodyguard of Mr. Daystar Peterson. If you don't know, Tory Lanez's real name, government name is Daystar Peterson, who is better known as Tory Lanez. In July of 2020, Mr. Peterson has been known to me for 7 years. At the time of the incident, I had worked for Mr. Peterson for 3 years. He has not only been my employer, but I also consider him to be a close personal friend. On July 12, 2020, I was asked to drive Mr. Peterson to the home of Kylie Jenner, where Miss Megan Pete and Kelsey Harris were present. Mr. Peterson was at Miss Jenner's home for approximately 2 hours when I received the call to come pick up Miss Pete and Miss Harris. Okay? So if we don't know, it's been a while now. Kelsey Harris, Megan's best friend, also the third party involved in this love triangle, alleged love triangle. I guess at this point it isn't much to allege, but these are papers that are coming from the Second Appellate District, Division 3, State of California, according to Milagro. Ms. Pete, Ms. Harris, and myself left Miss Jenner's home, but I was asked by Miss Pete to return because she stated that she had forgotten a shoe. Conveniently. Because if you remember, when they left, you know, they were drunk. Megan was drunk. Kelsey was drunk. Kelsey was like blacked out at one point. You know, she was laying in the pool blacked out. Like that's such a hazard. So you imagine that they were trying to get them out of there. But as Tory Lanez gets Megan and Kelsey off on their way with the bodyguard, Jaquan, now she somehow convinced Jaquan to go back because she's forgotten her shoe. When we arrived at Miss Jenner's home at this time, Miss Harris stayed in the car while Miss Pete exited. Miss Pete did not enter the home this time as she went around the back to the pool area where Mr. Peterson was located. Both Miss Pete and Mr. Peterson returned to the car after a few minutes. Miss Pete was bickering, but I'm unsure of the exact words she was saying. She seemed upset. The four of us left Miss Jenner's residence. So basically, in normal scorned lover fashion, Megan, she drags Tory out of Kylie Jenner's pool because not only has she had a relationship with him, but her best friend Kelsey, who originally was in a relationship with Tory. But at this point, neither of them know what's going on. They were going back and forth. I remember Mr. Peterson saying to Miss Pete that he was going to tell Miss Harris what was going on. Yeah. Yeah, and if he does that, all hell's going to break loose, right? So I do not remember what street we were on, but Miss Pete asked me to stop the vehicle. I did as she asked, and Miss Pete went to sit on a nearby bus stop. Mr. Peterson went and spoke with Miss Pete. After about 2 minutes, they returned to the car, and I began driving again. You notice something? This all sounds very clear and concise because out of all the people that were there, this one eyewitness was the only sober person there. So therefore, we're getting a little bit different story, a lot of the same facts we've heard, and we assumed how this event played out. Miss Pete started the argument again, and Miss Harris asked what was going on. Mr. Peterson told her that he and Miss Pete had been dating and intimate. Miss Harris was upset by this, as she and Mr. Peterson had been dating in the same manner prior to any relationship with Miss Pete. Miss Pete and Miss Harris began fighting. This is very important. This is very important because that gets lost in the theory that Tory somehow got mad, pulled out a gun, and said, "Dance, B." You remember that story that came out initially afterwards, that Megan was kind of pushing the idea that Tory was mad because she had insulted his rap career, his singing career or whatever, and said that he was irrelevant. And he got so mad that he pulled out this weapon and let a couple go. But the bodyguard, the only sober person there, remember, says otherwise. He says that they were fighting. The girls were fighting. And that did come out, but neither one of their testimonies, I believe, confirmed the fact. You know, it came out. I think actually maybe Kelsey's did. And remember, Kelsey had immunity in this. Why would Kelsey need immunity to testify? I wonder. I pulled over to stop them. Ms. Pete and Ms. Harris both got out of the vehicle and continued to fight, both verbally and physically. I broke up this fight and was pulling Ms. Pete toward the back of the car. I saw Ms. Harris, Kelsey, with a gun in her hand. Mr. Peterson ran from behind Miss Pete and myself towards Miss Harris. Mr. Peterson and Miss Harris began struggling as Mr. Peterson tried to unarm Miss Harris. I was still pulling Miss Pete and did not see who shot the weapon. I was lucky I was not harmed, and in my opinion, Miss Pete was also fortunate. The whole incident happened so quickly, within just a couple of minutes. So what does that do to the theory that Tory was the one specifically who pulled out a weapon? Who would have had a motive to pull out a weapon? I mean, in my mind, I would be mad that I didn't get to sleep with Kylie Jenner, I guess, if I'm Tory. But to that level, you are actually in a physical altercation with your friend. And we're supposed to believe that that couldn't have escalated to the point where weapons were drawn. You see what I'm saying here? You're following the logic. Now, he says he did not see who shot the weapon, right? But if somebody is trying to unarm somebody, are they actually, because he was clear on that. He was clear on the reasoning that is the why he went there. Are they intending to discharge this weapon? Let's just keep common sense. I know people want to make Tory out to be some type of super villain cartoon character that says dance B and then fires because he's mad. He's in his feelings about an insult. But doesn't this make more sense? If things had escalated between two women who were really impaired beyond drunk and a weapon gets involved, it's going too far. This is what I'm talking about the doubt. There can't be this assumption that, oh, he definitely did it. Because afterwards, you remember Megan said she didn't want to talk to the police because she didn't want anyone to go to jail. She was thinking about the George Floyd and interacting with police, the George Floyd situation and interacting with police. Because if I remember correctly, let me see when it was George Floyd. Okay, George Floyd happened in May 25th, 2020. And this incident happened on July 12th, 2020. So it was fresh in her mind. But that being said, that was the reason she said she didn't want to say anything, right? Megan, the Stallion, didn't want to say anything. Does she have more interest in protecting her friend from her hometown, or a rapper that she was hooking up with from Canada? Think about it. This is where we're at. So all of this information coming out, and Megan wanted to speak on it. Why'd you do that? Oh, this is another thing. Before court was in session on December 21st, Jaquan Smith, Tory Lanez driver, was seen walking into the Los Angeles Superior Court. Whether he would testify wasn't clear, but it's his first time being seen, because if you remember, he was missing during the whole trial and then later appeared. We wonder why. Because he possibly could have said what he said if he was sworn in the testimony. Who doesn't want him to say what he said in that statement? The prosecution.
And I don't want to keep this long because I know people are going to chop this up the way they want to chop it up and twist my words and make me something else. But I just feel like I'm Megan Thee Stallion, and I just want to be Megan Thee Stallion. I just want to drop my music. I just want to talk to the hotties. I just want to shake. I want to have as much fun with this shit as I used to. But it seems like every time I take a step forward to heal and do something different, motherfuckers be like, no, come back. Get your back to this negativity. Come back this way. You're not supposed to be smiling right now. You're not supposed to still be getting deals. You're not supposed to be in movies. You're not supposed to be recording albums. You're supposed to be sad where you was with me 2-3 years ago. When I got in a relationship, all that was deleted. I was sat the down. I was sat. I was seated. I was very much happy where I was at. I'm trying to move on from being shot the best I can. I still wake up in the middle of the night crying. People, especially people that I used to be cool with, they know how bad social media affect me. Everybody in my life knew how bad social media would make me cry. Like, I would get online and see people say some terrible and I'd be like, oh my God, everybody hates me, it's over. So the people who attack me that I used to be cool with, they know exactly where to hit me, where it hurt, because they think that I'm still on that type time, like social media gonna hurt my feelings. Motherfuckers is getting denied every time they try to set a motion for a new trial. So they trying to pull shit out the air like, okay, let's do this now. I'm not about to keep going with y'all. Y'all defending somebody who didn't even take the stand and defend themselves.
There's a very good reason for why he did not get on the stand. And I hear people bring this argument up all the time. The fact of the matter is, if you get up on the stand and something they say and something you say, even as an innocent person, can be interpreted as wrong, you're basically feeding the prosecution information. You're feeding them information that will send you away for a very long time. So if I remember this correctly, a lot of the momentum was on Tory's side. And I bet you his legal team told him, you don't need this to get on the stand. You're just aiding them in possibly tripping you up and finding something, a reason they can send you away.
Y'all going back and forth about facts. Y'all could go read real, like, y'all literally believe anything if it's bold and in all caps.
Okay, so she's saying that what came out, what we just read, the affidavit, is fake. This is what she wants us to believe. I mean, does anybody have the time, really, to come up with fake documents? And it can be easily verified. In fact, I think some people are working on it now to verify it. We'll see.
Like, go read something that's gonna take you a minute to sit down and have a good read. Like, go read something that's gonna make you have to do some critical thinking. Not a thing that is curated by bots and blogs that hate me. Like, y'all need to sit down and have a good read.
So have you ever heard that? Every time that someone has some opposition to people on the internet voices on the internet, tweets. It's bots are controlling it. Bots. Doesn't that seem convenient? You know, we heard that in the elections. We heard that in all types of different political arenas.
Like, imagine somebody saying that they did not commit a crime and not defending themselves to the T. Imagine y'all saying somebody is following the street code, not snitching. Are you snitching or are you not snitching? Because y'all trying to pretend like Kelsey shot me. Kelsey didn't motherfucking shoot me. And I really wonder why her main problem with me was.
But once again, if you remember, Megan had her back turned to whoever shot her. That's why a lot of, you know, the bullet damage or whatever hit her happened in the heel of her foot, if you remember correctly, right? So yeah, that's interesting that she would go ahead and make this claim. Plus she was out of her mind drunk. Does she know who actually shot her for real? Even though she says with her full chest that it was Tory.
You won't tell people I didn't shoot you. I was like, Kelsey, I don't want to talk about this on social media at all. But now you won't even get online and defend yourself. So that really just proves my points. Either you took some money or your life is in danger. Like, why won't you get online and say,
let's just say she's not concerned with Kelsey's safety at all. Her life is in danger or that she took some money. Those are two very opposing things, and I would think Kelsey would be insulted by those statements. But if Kelsey is the one who did it, and remember, she got immunity for this. She got immunity for her testimony. Is there something that Megan doesn't know? Is there something that Megan is trying to push with this? Like, this is what I said in the beginning. Thou dost protest too much. Why is Megan Thee Stallion a celebrity? Why is she doing this IG live right now? I want you to ask yourself that question.
this is what y'all care about. Y'all care about online because the case already won in court, but y'all care about online.
Won in court. Sending him to jail was winning? The case already won. Now that could be that she misspoke there, but win, lose, I don't think you win or lose in this case, Megan. It was the state against Daystar Peterson.
Why would y'all not get up there and say, if you say you didn't shoot me, why won't you get on the stand and say I didn't shoot this? You say it online every day. You figure out how to get your to say you didn't do it. You figure out how to say you didn't do it. But the one it would have mattered from was you. You should have said I didn't do it. Kelsey did it. If she did it, why wouldn't you just say she did it? Kelsey, if you did not do it, why won't you just say I did not do it? I know who shot me. I said who shot me, and that's why you in jail. Y'all motherfuckers are dragging it online like it's some new evidence. There's no new evidence. Motherfucking witnesses went missing. Why? I wonder why the witnesses went missing. Did y'all pay them? Why y'all showing up now? Why y'all showing up? It's about to be 2024. Y'all still with me.
So we read the witness testimony, and the witness actually did show up, but he wasn't admitted into court. And see, this is what I'm saying. Like, this retelling of the story, it seems very convenient to Megan's side of this and how she's been post the trial, but it doesn't really sit with the facts of what really happened. There were witnesses that wanted to testify that didn't get to. Sworn affidavits.
Y'all still with me. Why? Because y'all see me moving on and doing better. Y'all see me trying to heal and trying to grow, but y'all keep trying to bring me back this way when I'm trying to go this way. So I hope that this really gives y'all some insight to go and have a good read. Don't read the big bold letters. Don't read them. Read it. Read the article. Read a real article.
So we're to read an article, but not what appears to be a sworn affidavit. This doesn't make sense. Anyway.
Read something from a real journalist. The big font with the bold background. The big font, bold background. Don't read that. Like, people can pay for a headline. People can buy bots. I don't care what you motherfuckers make trend. I'm winning. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I can't be too motherfucking evil because God keep blessing me. I'm not doing nothing to y'all. So I would really appreciate if everybody would let me heal in peace. Would let me move on. because I'm not talking about y'all. I don't have anything bad to say about none of you people. I would never, if we was ever cool and we fell out, the business safe with me, friend. Because y'all can get online and try to talk about my dirt all y'all want to. Y'all don't want to know who's in the same room. Y'all don't want, like, y'all do want to know who's in the same room, but I would never air y'all out. Like, I would never say nothing about nobody because that's our business. Like, I don't gotta get on here and make nobody feel bad to make myself feel better. So, with that being said, please, people, don't make me have to get on here and keep trying to defend myself against silly. If you're not gonna read, just don't talk about me. Like, if you're not gonna read, if you're not gonna take the time to actually like understand what's going on, don't talk about me. Cause I like intelligent people. I could argue with an intelligent motherfucker, but I cannot argue with no damn fool.
So there we have it. Is this protestation? This, I don't know. Was she just trying to get the truth out there? Was she just trying to get people off her back? I don't know. I don't know what that was. But if I'm moved on, doing so well, successful, getting movies, getting TV, getting albums out, why would I concern myself with this if it's a lie? Why? Now, in the beginning of the live, she actually came on and talked about the Partisan Fontaine lyrics. And if you know, I covered that. I covered his diss song to her on The Person. And one of his diss lyrics throws doubt on Megan's version of this story. I never planned on saying anything. I see you take shot after shot, but never seen you swallow a drop of accountability. So not only was he talking about taking shots of alcohol, but also shots and not taking accountability. Oh, I'd like to apologize for no longer keeping up with your lies or supporting your habits to tell half-truths. I hope this message reaches you well. Hope you get the help you need. Anyways, let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. If you want to watch more, please watch one of these videos down below. This is Faucette Media.